Kevin's getting ready to fuel up the 648. He's got it running, warming up. Dad's marking up logs. He's going to buck up on the deck. I started the Ranger here. Just let it warm up for just a second. Not that it makes that much of a difference because we have no defrost or anything. The snow's moving in. They keep upping the totals, so who knows? Who knows what it's going to do? Like I told Dad and Kevin this morning, the rest of the work week, I don't know. I had an appointment to go to Calhoun, Missouri to look at timber tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to push that up to this afternoon, just because the snow totals, they've even upped the totals in that area. So just to try to do everything we need to do, I'm kind of rushing around, and that's what's hectic about it all when you're trying to buy timber, cut timber, look at timber, haul timber. You really spread yourself thin sometimes, but it's good tall trees. Slick little logs in there. There's some good little rotary grade and a few veneer grade in there, but for the most part, it's just a good clean set of lumber. We're gonna head down over the hill and try to finish up where we were yesterday. We'll wait for Kevin to come down. He's still got trees on the ground to drag out. Battle buck. Oh boy, cold in this devil. We're gonna do the old Ace Ventura and stick our head out the window and drive. Kevin's over there on the hill, bunching right now. I'm getting ready to bring this guy down. You can see I've got a notch in it. I want to bring it back down this way, but it's got a hard lean this direction. I think we can get it to go. I just don't want it to come back in the road here. I messed around and fell one in the road yesterday, which isn't really a big deal because we'll take the skidder and move the top, and I mean it'll plug up the road, but the people that lease this place, they've got all kinds of roads through here for their side-by-sides. And they bring their kids down, and I just don't want to plug up a bunch of roads or tear things up for them even when we have to. Just, I know for them, they enjoy getting to come down here on the weekends, or whenever they do come down. I remember being a kid where it was like to do fun stuff like that, so we want to try to leave it as good a shape for them as possible for their side-by-side trails. Perfecto. I just put my wedge over here to kind of help hold it up, and this root I used as my trigger. Of course, I left a little more wood hold over here on the side I wanted to pull. So this side would help bring that tree back around this way. And even like here when I cut my trigger, I just kind of ease through here, a little more, that way it wanted to go. It still had wood pulling it that direction on the way over. So, not that I'm an expert faller or master timber cutter, even though I guess I've got my master logger certification. I know there's still a lot of guys out there that are better fallers than I am, but I don't get in any big hurry. And I'm usually pretty good at placing trees where they need to go. Now that's not 100% all the time, because even I have mishaps like yesterday, and it's usually on these little bitty trees, just like that one there, which is a smaller tree. Like, it just always seems to be like these big ones, they're just a little easier to do what you want to do with them. More wood, you got a little more room for error when you're trying to bring them down with precision. So anyway, now this tree here, we'll cut it next. It's going to fall across the road, which that top should go well over there in the brush. Then Kevin can just get the log out of the road, and that'll be that. I've got 2 or 3 more right in through there to cut. Of course, in last week's videos, we were right across the way there cutting. You can see, of course, I think I got broken tops from today, actually. There's a couple there, but anyway, just kind of looping around. We'll finish up this little peninsula in here. I'm going to go back up the creek because I think there's some up the creek I missed as well. We'll make some good progress. Good log right here. Good piece of wood, good color. All in all, it's got good sapwood on it. It's I know it looks like it's a big sap line, but it's actually a pretty good sized tree, and by the time I shave that down, there'll be a lot of dark meat there. logs don't look that big, but you got to remember that is a 648H. Grapple's pretty good size. I'll try to get it all. Now, we're going to back up. We're going to cut this guy right here. I think that'll about have us down here in this part of the bottom of this peninsula. And we're going to go back the other way because I know there's a few up there. I always hate to see things like this. This is the second bigger tree on the farm we've seen with wire through it. I mean, through it. It pains me. It hurts me. It's the same with deer stands. I see a lot of people, they always want to put their deer stands in the biggest walnut tree in the timber. This right here, what we'll do is I'll actually come above right here. I would say just by looking at it, how it's swollen right here, there probably is some wire or something right there. So we're gonna come up high. And yeah, there's a lot of wood wasting, but we can't do anything with it because of the wire through it. So they don't want that blue. It'll show blue down here. So we're gonna come up high and cut it. We're gonna try to bring it right back in here. That's our target to fall area. I've got one here that's hung up, so hopefully we can knock it down with this one. Then we got one more good one up there. Then I think a few more on around. Kevin, he's kind of back over nipping at my heels. He's still got several to go behind me, but he's in the area. He didn't think he could get around to get it. And again, Kevin's still fairly new to run a skidder. You know, it takes a while to get to where you know all the ins and outs of it. It really does. I'll unhook it. You can grab that one, take it up, get it ready to bunch. And I've got two hung up back here. I told him I'd hook cable for him, which I think he could probably get to him. I don't think he'd have to hook cable. Yeah, he ought to be able to back right to these. He gets worried, which is understandable because I did the same thing when I was younger and first started running one of these. It'll tip, and it just feels like you're going to tip it right on over. It feels like you're going to turn over, but in all honesty, it really takes a lot to turn one of these log skidders over. They're just made to go in rough, extreme areas, and where we're logging right here, this is not bad at all. This is easy logging. Occasionally, even on stuff like this, you'll have to winch every now and then, but for the most part, this is a grapple skidder logging. Now, we work some places along the Missouri River up north that, yeah, you're on the winch a lot, which I've got a job coming up, two jobs actually, where you might see your old buddy Mikey back in some videos because I'm going to have him hooking cable. There that one goes. That's a good deal. Kevin's going to push this stuff out of the way. And like I said, he can grapple those. That one was uprooted, and I went ahead and salvaged a piece out of it. Of course, that other one there I cut and hung it up because, well, expert cutter here. Gonna hit that stump. Logs. Some good, some ornery. With the snowstorm coming in, I pushed an appointment that I had tomorrow morning. I pushed it up till this afternoon, so we left the timber early today so I can go look at this timber, because we've already had to reschedule once, and I didn't want to have to reschedule on this gentleman again. Like I said, up here at Calhoun, Missouri, I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. A million things going on in this mine of mine per minute. Teacher Mr. Ford there. Ram turned. We're going to go home and jump out of one ram into the other ram and get on the road to Calhoun, because the way we're seeing that snow, it was at Joplin, Missouri just 10 minutes ago when we checked the weather, and that's probably not too far from us. As the crow flies, maybe 40-50 miles, so it'd be pushing this way.